In the heart of a secluded valley, surrounded by rolling hills and whispering trees, lay the quiet village of Meadowbrook. The village was known for its tranquil atmosphere, where the loudest sounds were the chirping of birds and the gentle flow of the stream that wound its way through the center of the village. Life in Meadowbrook was simple, and its residents cherished the slow, peaceful pace. One summer morning, the village awoke to the golden light of dawn. The air was fresh, carrying the scent of blooming wildflowers. In a cozy cottage at the edge of the village, 15-year-old Thomas stretched and yawned, the warmth of the sun inviting him to start the day. Thomas was a thoughtful boy, known for his kind heart and love of nature. He dressed quickly, donning his comfortable clothes and sturdy shoes, and headed out, his mind set on exploring the woods. Meanwhile, 14-year-old Lily, who lived in a quaint house near the village square, was already up and about. Lily had a curious spirit and a talent for painting. She loved capturing the serene beauty of Meadowbrook on her canvas. Today, she planned to find a new spot to paint, hoping to capture the early morning light. She carefully packed her painting supplies, making sure she had everything she needed. Thomas and Lily's paths crossed at the old stone bridge that arched over the village stream. They greeted each other with warm smiles, their friendship forged through many shared adventures in the village. "Where are you off to today, Thomas?" Lily asked, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "I'm heading to the woods to see if I can spot any deer. What about you?" "I'm looking for a new place to paint. Maybe I'll join you for a while," Lily replied. Together they walked through the village, greeting the early risers. Mrs. Willow, the baker, offered them freshly baked bread, still warm from the oven. They accepted gratefully, enjoying the simple pleasure of the crusty loaf as they continued their journey. The woods were alive with the sound of rustling leaves and the distant call of birds. Thomas led the way to a small clearing he had discovered earlier, where a family of deer often grazed. They sat quietly, watching the graceful creatures move through the dappled sunlight. The tranquility of the scene was mesmerizing, the deer moving with an elegance that seemed almost otherworldly. Lily took out her sketch pad and began to draw, her fingers deftly capturing the peaceful scene. Thomas, content to sit and watch, found himself lost in the tranquility of the moment. The hours passed unnoticed, the worries of the world far away. They spoke little, allowing the calm of the forest to envelop them, their thoughts drifting like leaves on the gentle breeze. As the sun climbed higher, they decided to return to the village. On their way back, they stopped by the meadow, where wildflowers swayed in the gentle breeze. Lily couldn't resist gathering a bouquet of vibrant blooms, their colors a perfect addition to her painting. Thomas helped her select the flowers, choosing the brightest and most beautiful ones. Back in Meadowbrook, the village square was bustling with the activity of the weekly market. Villagers exchanged goods and stories, their laughter mingling with the cheerful music played by a group of local musicians. The market was a vibrant tapestry of colors and sounds, a celebration of the simple joys of village life. Thomas and Lily joined the crowd, enjoying the sense of community that filled the air. They stopped by the stalls, admiring the handmade crafts and sampling the delicious treats offered by the villagers. They bought a few small trinkets, reminders of the day's adventures. As the day wore on, they decided to visit the village library. The library was a small, charming building filled with shelves of books that told stories of far-off places and times long past. Mrs. Havisham, the elderly librarian, greeted them warmly and recommended a few books she thought they might enjoy. Thomas chose a book about the wildlife of the region, eager to learn more about the animals he loved to observe. Lily selected a collection of poetry, the verses promising to inspire her next painting. They settled into a cozy corner of the library, the soft rustle of pages creating a soothing background noise. After spending a peaceful hour reading, they decided to visit old Mr. Thompson, the village's unofficial historian. Mr. Thompson lived in a charming cottage filled with relics of Meadowbrook's past. He loved sharing stories of the village's history with the younger generation. Thomas and Lily sat on the porch with Mr. Thompson, listening intently as he recounted tales of brave villagers, ancient traditions, and long-forgotten customs. The old man's voice was like a soothing balm, the cadence of his words weaving a tapestry of the past that was as calming as it was fascinating. As the afternoon turned into evening, Thomas and Lily made their way to the village green, where the villagers had gathered for a communal dinner. Long tables were set up, laden with homemade dishes, and everyone brought something to share. The aroma of freshly baked bread, roasted vegetables, and sweet pastries filled the air. They sat with their families and friends, enjoying the delicious food and the warm company. The conversations flowed easily, punctuated by laughter and the clinking of glasses. The sense of togetherness was palpable, each person contributing to the collective joy of the gathering. As the sky began to darken, the villagers lit lanterns, their soft glow casting a magical light over the green. The musicians began to play again, this time slower, more melodic tunes that encouraged gentle dancing. Thomas and Lily joined in, their movements guided by the rhythm of the music and the lightness of their hearts. As the evening drew to a close, they made their way to the hill overlooking the village. Sitting side by side, they watched the sunset, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. The village below glowed softly in the fading light, a picture of perfect peace. "Today was a good day," Thomas said, his voice quiet and content. "It was," Lily agreed, her heart full of the beauty and calm they had experienced. "I think I'll paint this sunset tomorrow." In Meadowbrook, every day held the promise of simple joys and peaceful moments, a timeless reminder of the beauty found in the quietest corners of the world. As Thomas and Lily sat together, they knew they were part of something special, a tranquil existence that would stay with them forever, a memory of a perfect day in a quiet village. The moral of the story is that true contentment and happiness can be found in the simple, everyday moments of life. By appreciating the beauty of nature, cherishing community bonds, and finding joy in small pleasures, we can experience a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. In a world often filled with noise and rush, slowing down to savor these moments can lead to a richer, more meaningful existence.